welcome to the Speeding Bulletin report for January 4th to January 10th, 2008. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com, and we'll start with movie news as always. 2008 really kicked into gear this week with plenty of movie news and rumours. First off was Latino Review reported that Brandon Routh would not be returning as Superman in the sequel to Superman Returns, but then AintItCoolNews.com claimed otherwise, and it appears that in the final wash-up, Brandon Routh is still the Man of Steel in any sequel movie that gets made, whenever that may happen. IESB.net claimed to have discovered that the JLA movie has either been delayed or cancelled. They're saying that one of their moles over at Warner Brothers told them that, and I quote, Justice League has been pushed back to at least April or May, and possibly a start date as late as June or July. That is, of course, if the movie doesn't get scrapped altogether. So nothing official has been announced as yet, but we'll just have to wait and see what Warner Brothers has to say about this, if they finally do make an official announcement in the next couple of weeks or months. Concept designer Eddie Yang posted 2 images on his website, revealing for the first time his design concepts for the Superman costume that may have been used before Bryan Singer came on board to make Superman Returns. Personally, I'm glad these designs were never used. And lastly, Voices from Krypton.com posted the first part of a 4-part audio interview with Dwayne Capizzi, writer of the direct-to-DVD animated movie Superman Returns, in which he gives his own personal opinion on how the movie turned out. In TV news this week, the CW has confirmed that the next new episode of Smallville will indeed air on Thursday, January 31st in the US at 8 PM. Meanwhile, actress Gina Holden has filmed her guest role in Smallville, with some speculating that Holden will be playing Patricia Swan, daughter of Virgil Swan. Also, Battlestar Galactica actor Aaron Douglas will be appearing in the 14th episode of Season 7, titled Traveller, and he'll be starring as a character by the name of Pierce. The all-new Super Friends Hour Season 1 Volume 1 is now available on DVD. You can join your favourite superheroes, Batman, Robin, Superman, Wonder Woman and Aquaman, in saving our imperiled world throughout 8 action-packed episodes, each with 4 exciting adventures. That's a total of 32 classic cartoons highlighted by the debut of Wonder Twins Zan and Jaina and their mischievous blue space monkey Gleek. The 2-disc DVD is available at all good DVD stores, or you can purchase it by clicking on the link at the Superman homepage. In comic books this week, ComicCons.com's The Pulse caught up with John Byrne to discuss his 5-part run on JLA Classified, in which he teams up once again with Roger Stern. DC Comics also gave us a sneak peek at 5 pages from JLA Classified number 50, which is part 1 of John Byrne's story, which you can see at the website if you haven't already bought this issue. The Pulse also published an interview with Inca Jesus Marino to talk to him about his work on Superman comics, who he's inspired by, and what he thinks of the Man of Steel. You can check out that interview at their website. Comic books we reviewed this week were, held over from last week, JLA Classified number 49 was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who gave this story a 3 out of 5, saying the writing was good but nothing special. Adam DeChannel reviewed Justice League Unlimited number 41, giving it a 5 out of 5, saying, what a riot. Supergirl number 25 was reviewed by Jeffrey Bridges, who pleaded, will someone put Ruck or a Bedard back on this book, please? I can't take this anymore. He gave the issue a 2 out of 5. And last of all, Countdown to Final Crisis number 17 was reviewed by Neal Bailey, who gave this issue a 1 out of 5, saying, still ridiculous crap, and that isn't changing just because the story has finally been set to motion. Bad writing is bad writing. Okay, for Superman comics and other items shipping this week from the 9th of January, there's Superman 672, 52 Aftermath, The Four Horsemen number 6, Countdown to Final Crisis 16, Infinity Inc. number 5, JLA Classified number 50, Justice League Series 7 action figures, Infinite Crisis action figure box set. Thanks to a friend of the Superman homepage, we published a collection of magazine covers and pages this week, some dating back more than 20 years, showing various ways Superman has been used in the media, illustrating just how deeply embedded Superman is in the mass consciousness. Check it out at the supermanhomepage.com now. That's all the news for Superman fans for the week January 4th to January 10th, 2008. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Hey, welcome to today's Bailey Planet. Today I'm going to re-examine 52, kind of going off what I was talking about last week with the way that I thought 52 was the last point at which I was enjoying comics. The reason being, these are character tomes. I just read it again, and when I was reviewing it, I was fairly critical of the series at times, mostly because there were a couple of storylines that I didn't like. The spacefaring mission and a lot of the stuff with the resurrection cult, and I liked to pin those to varying authors that were writing the series, and it turns out, reading a lot of the notes, that I was semi-right. But rereading the thing and giving it a proper arc and watching it in order, I probably enjoyed it a heck of a lot more because of the fact that there is a traceable arc. Granted, there's some of Morrison's zaniness, and there's a lot of carelessness in there at times to a couple of story details which should have had attention to, but there were a lot of the things that seemed stretched out, really stretched out in the series, that got a lot better upon the second reading, and the director's notes, or the writer's notes, if you will, were actually quite informative and interesting. It gives me a whole plethora of stuff that I'm tempted to drag into an interview with one of these guys and try and grab them for the Superman homepage, but I hate interviews because transcribing takes forever. But at any rate, 52 remains as good as I thought it was. I wanted to double check myself because I didn't want to hurl accusations like, oh yes, it was great, and yet Countdown and Peter Parker's marriage and all this are disillusioning me to comics, because without looking at it, it could just be fanboy speak. But I gave it a little bit of critical analysis, and I still think 52 was bloody well amazing. Pithy comment.